What's up guys, in this video I'm going to be sharing with you the top 5 books to build a strong poker mindset. If you're new to the channel, my name is Adam Carmichael. I help poker players to build a strong mindset and to improve their overall poker performance. With that being said, let's dive into today's video. Now, I got inspiration for this video after seeing Ben CB over at Raise Your Edge post his top 5 books for building a strong mindset, and I thought I'd do my version of the top 5 books that I think will be the most helpful for you as a poker player to build the mindset needed to be successful. Now, I've set this up in a way that it'd be great if you read book 5 all the way through to 1, but you can jump in based on the mindset issue that you want to improve. So each one of these books focus on a different area, and they all complement each other to form a nice solid mindset overall. So the first book I want to recommend is Awaken the Giant Within from Tony Robbins. Now, Tony Robbins has been the master of personal development for the past 30-40 years. I recently went to one of his events in Singapore, and it was amazingly in-depth how much he took you through belief systems, your values, understanding your goals, what's holding you back, your values. It really helps you to get self-awareness and know the direction you're going in life. So I want you to start here because I think that's the key. Often we'll go through life with a low level of self-awareness and we wonder why we have problems. If we don't know ourselves, how can we navigate life in the right way? So this really highlights your beliefs. It highlights the things that are holding you back, and it gives you very good frameworks to actually change them. So this is a big book. It's around 500 plus pages. It took me around 2 months to go through this about 7 years ago. I did all the exercises, and after the book I was like, oh my god, I actually know myself so much better, and I want to share this information with other people. It's one of the reasons I got into coaching. Once I started to know myself better, I could then help other people to get to know themselves as well. So I start here. This is a really good one to understand what's holding you back, your identity, your values, your goals. And also, it does a good job at understanding the emotions you want to experience. So he's got a quote in this book that says, the quality of your life is the sum of your emotional experiences. So if you're successful, but you're always miserable and angry and frustrated, is that a good life? I'd say no. But if you haven't got that much in life success-wise, but you wake up happy, enthusiastic, joyful, grateful, that's a pretty good life. And over the course of your life, you've got to pick the emotions that you want and then to master them. And often we're a victim to our emotional states. And this book does a really good job of increasing your self-awareness and give you the frameworks to understand yourself better so you can go from there. All right, once you've read that book, the next one I'd recommend is The Mental Game of Poker. So this is really going to help you to understand all your poker problems. I've not come across a book that is in-depth as this one on big magnifying glass on your problems, exactly what goes on as a poker player. Super specific. So Awaken the Giant Within, you're going to know about yourself as a person. The Mental Game of Poker, you're going to know about all your flaws as a poker player, all the tilt issues. He does a great job of breaking down all the variables of tilt, understanding fear, build a strong mindset profile. So you go through what your A game looks like, your B game looks like, your C game, build these profiles so you know when you're in each zone. He uses 2 concepts called the adult learning model, going to unconscious competence, and then he talks about the inchworm concept, which is basically you've got an A game and a C game. So your A game is the best you can do, and often people just focus on trying to improve their A game and moving that forward. But if you move your C game forward, that often is the biggest return on investment of time. Often people will keep moving their A game forward and their C game stays here. So this is your C game for your mindset. This is your C game for your technical ability as well, but he mainly focuses on mindset. And often, the best return on investment is to unravel the mindset leaks that cause you to go into your C game. And once you've got those down, you will naturally go to your A game more often and increase your performance. So a must read this one. You can do the audio version. It's about 6 hours of audio if you listen to that, and a must do for poker players to understand their poker problems. The next one I want to recommend is The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. Now, Ryan Holiday is one of my favorite authors of all time. His books are super easy to read, super practical, and this one is really going to help you to deal with downswings better. Okay, so as a poker player, you're going to experience a lot of ups, a lot of downs, and the obstacle is the way, even the title itself, refers to the fact that not only are obstacles going to happen, but they actually need it. So the obstacles actually pave the way you need to go. And he really does a good job of painting the framework of every time you face a challenge, it's not like you should be saying, oh, I wish this didn't happen. You should be going, good, this challenge is where I grow. And the whole kind of concept of the book is to get you to face challenges as something that are helping you. So your challenges are the way to your growth, the way to your progression. And once you flip your mindset and you start to see the downswing as an opportunity to grow, not something that's knocking you backwards, it's actually taking you forwards, it changes the whole framework of your life. So Ryan Holiday and this book was very influenced by Stoicism. I've got some Stoicism books lying around here, How to Be a Stoic, Daily Stoics, another good one, Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, Meditations is another good one if you guys get into it. But the Stoics basically were old Greek philosophers who were very, very good at understanding what they controlled and what they didn't control. And they used loads of logic and rational reasoning to come up with frameworks for dealing with life, and in particular, living a better life. Now, it went out of popularity for a bit, and the last decade or two, it's come back into popularity, and their practices are so good for poker players. So this book, if you like this book, you can go down the rabbit hole of Stoicism, and you'll learn lots of practical ways for dealing with life and situations. But this one in particular, it'll teach how to deal with downswings. Very interesting in the NFL. I think the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks in particular, they use this book as every player had to read it. Every player on the teams had to read this book, and they use it as a philosophy to live by. And it's very applicable to sport, it's very applicable to poker, because you face obstacles over and over and over, and the way you face those mentally, the way you process those is very important to your overall progression. So yeah, really powerful book, that one, and that will help you to deal with downswings way better. Next book I want to recommend is Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. This one will help you to get mentally tough. I haven't come across anyone in my life who's as mentally tough as David Goggins. You guys who don't know him, he was a former Navy SEAL, ends up doing all these physical challenges, mental challenges. He's got the world record for the most pull-ups done in 24 hours. He's always doing like ultra marathons. But you don't need to know much about him to read this book. He talks you through his whole life story, and what you'll get from this is how to push past your comfort zone, how to grow mentally by taking on physical challenges, how to push your boundaries over and over again, how to deal with that inner voice that we've got. We've all got this weak side of us. You'll see someone who's mentally strong, you'll be like, he hasn't got a weak inner voice, and the reason is they've tamed it by taking on challenges. So he's very open and talks about how weak he was and how he built up this really strong mindset, this really strong person by pushing against the tide, pushing against the obstacles. And if you want to build a strong mindset, this is a must read. It's such a good book. Another one on mental toughness, which I'm not going to mention, but I will mention, is Relentless by Tim Glover. This one's also in the similar realm, but I don't want to do two books on mental toughness. Can't Hurt Me, make sure you listen to the audio version of this, because he's got loads of additional stuff in the audio where he's talking back and forth. You'll get an extra 25 to 50% value from the audio version. So, and then finally, the last book I want to recommend is The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. This one is unbelievable, and it will help you to become awakened or to see the world a different way. Now, don't be put up by the title. When I first got recommended it, I was like, The Untethered Soul. Sounds a bit woo-woo, but the first few hours of the book, he will literally talk through the mind, and he talks through this voice in your head. I've never heard anyone explain it in such simple terms with analogies that allows you to understand the voice in your head and what consciousness is and what your mind's doing destructively that's causing you problems in life. And then it goes through a journey. So the first part of the book is all about awakening and realizing, okay, maybe there's something else in life. Maybe there's a bigger meaning to the life I'm experiencing. And it's really exciting to go through that. Then he introduces you to higher energy states. And he talks about opening up the heart and experiencing higher emotions. And if we weren't in our minds the whole time, we'd have a much higher vibrational energy and stuff like that. It's really inspiring. Then the third part of the book gets really dark. And he goes, okay, why aren't you experiencing these high emotions now? And he talks about we don't let go. We've got all these blockages that have hit us and we can't get past them. And as a result, we end up get stuck by life hits our stuff and we can't deal with it. And he shows you how to deal with life, how to deal with problems that face you. And as a poker player, this is really, really valuable. Learn to let go. Learn to let go of insecurities, feelings of self-worth, of lack of worth, feelings of insecurities, fears. He teaches you how to let go of all of them. And then it goes to the next stage, which is stage 4, going beyond. Once you've let go of what's holding you back, you start to go into a heightened state, emotionally, physically, mentally, and then finally living life. And he talks about living life from a place of surrender which in his terminology just means living in alignment with the flow of life. So this one will literally, it'll change like your life if you master this one. If you actually listen to that Untethered Soul, I do the audio version of this one like at least once a month, and the concepts are so profound for understanding your thoughts, emotions, and more importantly, how to deal with them, and thinking from a higher level, thinking of your life from a higher concept. And it's so powerful. If you could master that book, your life would be amazingly different. So yeah. So to recap on those, we have Awaken the Giant Within from Tony Robbins, which will help you to increase your self-awareness, understand your values, beliefs, identity, and master your emotions. We have The Mental Game of Poker from Jared Tendler, which will get you to understand your poker problems, understand your tilt, your fear, build a mindset profile, know the role of your emotions, and increase your confidence and motivation. Then we have The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday, which will teach you how to deal with downswings. You'll be introduced to stoicism and how you can use obstacles and challenges as a way to grow and keep pushing yourself further. Then there was Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, which is all about mental toughness, overcoming your inner bitch, as he puts it, doing hard things, creating new limits, pushing yourself past your comfort zone, and use of physical challenges to create a stronger mindset. And finally, we have The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer, which is all about awakening, realizing you're so much more than the limitations of your mind, understand your thoughts, emotions, and consciousness that is above that. This is a very deep book, but also a very practical book for poker players. Once you understand that you don't need to be trapped in your thoughts and emotions all the time, it gives you a path to go down to free yourself from that and become a more conscious person, which will make you a much better poker player and will impact every area of your life in a positive way. These are the 5 books I recommend. There's many books for improving your mindset. If you've got any recommendations, please drop them in the comments below, your favorite mindset books for improving your poker mindset. And yeah, let me know if you've read any of these, if you enjoyed them, or if you end up reading one as a result of watching this video. Before you go, make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new, and there's going to be plenty more content coming from me very soon.